Hello, everybody, and welcome to Woodhouse Stories and Beyond with myself, Matthew Young, and Michael Woodhouse.
Hello.
How are you doing anyway? Because obviously you've mentioned before about struggles in life,
Yeah.
um, because it's kind of a funny time of year, the summertime to me, because you see, for my part, I can find summer a little bit hard, not just because of the hot weather, but you see so many people having lots of fun, booking holidays, going on holidays on their Facebook, and I would never object to anyone to having a nice time. That's clearly put that out there. It's what life should be, trying your best. I know it's difficult for people financially or whatever reason. Um, Obviously, we got difficulty to do things as a family. Um, so it can be hard to see people do all these things that you wish to do, days out, holidays, all this stuff on Facebook. So how are you doing that, you know?
Yeah. No, I totally see where you're coming from. So one of the biggest things that I've ever took from social media, it was when I was at my lowest, I kind of understood that everyone who uses social media is promoting their absolute best moments. But no one ever has absolute best moments 24/7. And it's like, okay, well, that's great. And you're going to share that time you went away to Butlins, which was last August, and now it's June the following year. And now, but because I'm seeing on Facebook, I'm like saying, oh, I wish I could go there, but they've been. And it's like, no, no, that's their time, and they've had a year away of doing nothing as well. And I think that's the pro and the con of social media. It's like you do always feel like if someone's going to use it for a platform to ask for help, there's always that Karen who goes, "Oh, this has been a shit day," and then you get someone go, "Are you okay, hun? Yeah, just one of those days." Don't put it on Facebook then.
Mm.
Either put just if you're going to use Facebook to share your thoughts, then use it as that because everyone's then going to be able to support. And I think some people just use it to promote their best days or their worst days. And yeah, I totally agree with you when you're at your kind of peak or your worst and you're looking at social media, everyone else's life will always seem better because of how it's like a
Yeah,
bubble.
but do you think some of those posts can be exaggerated in the first place?
Yeah,
You know, obviously, we can look at it and take a nice photo, or I can walk up the road and take a nice photo and look like I'm miles away, say, having a great day, when 2 minutes later I wasn't.
yeah,
But, even holidays can be stressful. I spoke about holidays. Sometimes it's not the actual moment, it's being able to freely. And even freely is a loose word because even people might go on holiday, might struggle financially afterwards. Um, but I kind of find like, don't justify it to other people. If you're having a nice time, then that's your business. And if you want to share something nice, at least it's better than talking rubbish on Facebook or trying to share moans and groans. I'd much rather see someone's holiday photos, despite me thinking, "Oh, I wish I could do that, wish I was there," etc. I'd rather see that than someone's blah 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 moan or name calling
yeah,
about somebody else. You're thinking, "Oh, get a life," I don't, it's just boring now. I'd
yeah.
much rather see that and
I
knowing that
think the
someone
worst.
else having a nice time. But I'd rather them be honest, saying having a fantastic time when they're not. I'd rather just not post anything to begin with. You
Yeah,
know.
absolutely. And I think especially for like weddings, right? So it's it's really awkward when you invited like for instance, this is going back to oh God, about 4 years ago. But anyway, one of my other friends, I obviously had a wedding, and I always said, and they invited me to the wedding, and I couldn't go for some reason whatsoever. I can't remember now. And you know, sometimes you just because you're in the moment of your own wedding and you forget about things. No word of lie. I think I left off about 10 people that I should have invited to our wedding.
Mm,
And then when I put it on Facebook about our wedding, I thought, oh crap. Do you mean so? It's like I didn't mean to put it on Facebook to point out you weren't invited, you weren't invited. I just, when you just do it and you think, oh, I should have invited them, but
mm.
I think I've seen other friends do weight loss, and they promoted their weight loss on Facebook, and I think it's amazing. That kind of stuff I think is rewarding for other people.
Yeah,
I love it when people show. I've got a friend who has a son who's autistic, and she's she's a remarkable mother, and she promotes how she does stuff with her kids, and but she doesn't make it look easy. Do you know what I mean? It's like it's she makes it aware that life isn't all green and roses, but she works hard to make it as good as it can be. And I'd prefer to see the people fighting for their weight loss and people trying to get the best out of their thing, just like you and I, Matt. Do you mean we're both in that same kind of boat? Like in my eyes, I think we're both in that mindset. But I'd rather see that than see a Karen.
yeah. I tried on my own personal page talking about autism and stuff, and I tried doing a separate group a long time ago. And my sole intention was to help others understand. Even if we had a bad day and you put something out, like you said earlier, it's not a good day. I'd never would go to exploit what's gone wrong, but just to be able to express it should be okay to do under those circumstances. And I'd created a group to share things, um, hoping people would talk about things, talk about experience. Even if they don't understand, I'd much rather have someone say, "Look, I don't understand. Can you tell me again? Can you explain a bit better?" But I'd rather have that than the chit chat behind me and all the false. And that's what happened. So I gave up. And this is why I don't talk about it so much, because it got to the point where there were select fews were just like, oh, Matt knows it all. Matt's saying this. Matt's moaning again. No, I wasn't. It's a case of putting it out there, like the freedom of speech type
Yeah,
thing. It wasn't moaning about autism. It wasn't moaning about this particular person or that particular person. It's for conversation. It's a community to get understanding. You got to be able to reach out, and to
yeah,
reach out, people got to stop thinking negatively about the person reaching out. Stop thinking, blaming them, blaming them, blaming them. You're not. You're actually trying to do the right thing and share the group information, because we always said for us, everyone needs to be on the same boat. Everyone needs to work together, and that didn't happen. And because it didn't happen, it kind of ruined everything for us. Not that I've said that to them, and they deny that anyway because they wouldn't want to be put in that situation, but it did. That's just being honest. That's not moaning, that's complaining, that's straight down the line. That's what's happened to us. So I think it's good, it's fine to see conversations on Facebook, but maybe it's a group sessions because I set it aside as a group thing, just like the Matty's Media one that you suggested to me to do, as a separate thing away from my own to have individual things. I tried it and yeah, it didn't work. I'll put a few things out there, but you got to have the interaction to make things like that work. Right,
yeah.
I think,
Well, really quickly on that matter, I think that the main issue with people who legitimately want to reach out now is the main issue is there is freedom of speech, but there is also millions and millions of who think that it's like if they walked down the street and they saw you and you said the exact same thing that you just put on there, they go, "Oh, I'm sorry to hear that." Because they're behind a keyboard, they're like, "Oh, you know what I mean?" It's like, mate, just grow the and talk nicely to people because it's
Yeah,
yeah,
I think it also highlighted how can I put this, that despite us all having our own views, I think over the years you see and learn things that perhaps other people who got, I'm not going to call it issues, but certain things they might have and they probably don't recognize. And I see things in certain people now and I just think, I recognize that. But I wouldn't tell them. Maybe I should do. I don't know. But some of them, again, wouldn't be approachable anyway. And that's not to be negative, because I think in recognition should be a positive step that you know why something's hard or why something's doing, and the fact it should make others willing to be able to say, okay, that's fine. You got autism, you got ADHD, you got this, that. How can we help?
Surviving Anarchy. Available now.